Hey everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a little outdoor refresh. So I'm taking you guys along with me as we search for flowers and plants for our front yard and our front porch. We have a bunch of larger pots in the front of our house that we need to fill. We're also going to be expanding our flower bed in the front yard and wrap it around the side of the house. My dad is down visiting and this is right up his alley. It's one of his hobbies. So they are going to be doing the majority of the work, but I still want to film it and get it out for you guys. Also, it's my first time making bread and I'm sharing this recipe with you. So let's get started. So a couple of our favorite places to shop for seasonal flowers and plants is Lowe's and Home Depot, just because it's convenient, the prices are reasonable, and we just love how they have such a wide variety of things to choose from. So we're here browsing around trying to find the plants that will work best in our flower bed that we're going to be expanding, as well as looking at flowers for our pots out front. You're going to see us come back and forth to Lowe's to pick up more things as we start working on the front yard. But to start, we decided on the limelight hydrangeas for our flower bed as like the main plants. We are going to get some more little ones to put out in the front of those, but they get a pretty nice size and they do really well here. So we're going to get a couple of those and then a limelight tree to go on the corner of the house. Right, so here's the best before picture I could give you guys. Didn't even think about doing a before footage of our front yard, but see how small that flower bed is? Just came home and we're just trying to figure out how big we want to make the flower bed. So he got some spray paint and we're just kind of mapping out how we want it to be cut or how much we need to cut out. So that's what that spray paint is for. And then after he does that, we are going to just kind of place the plants where we want them. Then we'll move them out the way. And then he rented this from Home Depot, and this will just take up all the grass within the spray painted area. Once all the grass is taken up, he's going to go in with this edger, which is going to create a ditch to go around the entire flower bed so that in case it rains or there's a storm, mulch won't get all into the grass. Now we definitely could have done all this in a couple hours, but it's been raining every single day. We've had thunderstorms and tornadoes. So it actually took us a couple days to finish and 1 or 2 trips back to Home Depot and Lowe's to get more flowers. So I told you guys my dad's hobby is gardening and being out in the yard. One thing he told me is if you don't want to pay $30 to $40 for these beautiful hanging plants, you can definitely do it yourself. And I never thought about this, but you take a picture of it and look around the nursery that you're at, because most of the time those individual plants will be there and you can create the same exact arrangement for like half the price. back at Lowe's to pick up a few things for our flower pots out front, as well as some more soil. Now that we're done with both machines and the flower bed is cut out how we want it, it's time to start planting. So this part that comes out is the corner of the house, and it goes down the side just a little bit. Right now he's just digging the hole to plant the hydrangea tree. All right, so we are going to be planting hydrangeas in the front, and hydrangeas get pretty big, so we don't want to overcrowd it with a lot, but we did end up getting some smaller plants to go in front of those. So we picked all of these out individually at Home Depot, and Brandon just planted them in this large pot. This is going to go by the front door. We're using this pot to replant one of our hydrangeas that's starting to grow back from a year or so ago, and probably put this on the back patio. Found this really pretty crepe myrtle tree to put in one of our larger pots. This is going to go at the bottom of the steps, and we're starting it off in a big pot like this. When we move, we're going to take it with us and eventually plant it in the ground. We have 2 of these planter boxes on our railing out front, and we are just planting some flowers similar to the ones we had last year. still waiting on the rain to pass so we can power wash our front porch, but here's what it's looking like right now. We also got these 2 rose bushes to go on the side of the house. They get pretty big, so we only got these 2, but I think that's all we're gonna do to the front. If I add anything, I'll update you guys, but I also will be updating you guys when they start to bloom and get a little bit bigger in a couple months. I'm not big into baking, but I do want to get into it a little bit more. So we're going to start with bread, and this is supposed to be really easy, only a handful of ingredients. To a bowl, I'm going to add 2 cups of bread flour with a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. I'm going to warm up 1 1/3 cup of water, and to that I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of honey and 2 teaspoons of instant yeast. Once everything is added to the water, you're going to give it a good stir and let it sit for 10 to 20 minutes. Next, you're going to add a tablespoon of olive oil, mix, and then add it to your flour and mix again. Even though this recipe is really simple, it does take a little while before it even goes in the oven. So if you have a lot of things to do around the house, I would definitely do this because it kind of forces you to get little things done. I'm mixing everything together. I'm gonna add olive oil all around the edges, and then I'm gonna let that sit for 30 minutes. And during that 30 minutes, force yourself to fold laundry or throw something in the washing machine, do the dishes, maybe throw something in a crock pot if it's early enough in the morning. That's what I'm gonna do. Once your 30 minutes is up, you're going to add a little bit of olive oil to your hands and just pull and fold, and let it sit for another 30 minutes. Once your first 30 minutes is up, you're going to do the same thing again, let it sit for 30 minutes, and then one more time after that. This is the last stretch and fold, so that means we have to let it sit out for one more 30-minute session. And while that's sitting out, I'm gonna prep dinner for tonight. I'm gonna be putting this in the crock pot. It's kind of like a creamy beef and potato soup. I have about 2 pounds of ground beef in my pan right now. I'm gonna add in some onions and garlic, and I'm also gonna season it just a little bit because I'm gonna be adding more later on. After my ground beef is brown, that's when I added the onion and garlic. Once my meat is finished, I'm gonna add that to the crock pot along with some carrots, potatoes, chicken stock, tomato paste, milk, oregano, salt and pepper, and I used Creole seasoning, but you can do whatever seasoning you like. Once everything is added, make sure you mix everything really well and then cover it and put it on low for 6 to 8 hours or high for 3 to 4 hours. Once it was done, we just added some cheese to our bowl and some red pepper flakes. It turned out really good. Back to our bread. It's finally time to put it in the oven. Take a large pan, drizzle some olive oil, put some parchment paper over top and spread it out using your hands. Then you're gonna take a small bowl and get some garlic and rosemary and mix that up really well because we're gonna put this on top of our dough before we bake it. Take your dough, put it on top of your pan and shape it. Once your dough is shaped, you're gonna pour your garlic mixture over top, drizzle it with olive oil, sprinkle it with sea salt, and then you're gonna take your fingers and kind of poke it. Put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Alright guys, here is the finished product. This was so easy. Like I said earlier, it's only like 4 or 5 ingredients, super easy to make. You can also make a little bread dip by adding some olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and maybe oregano and salt to a little bowl for dipping, but you definitely don't need it because it's so good on its own. I think we only had like 1 piece left at the end of the night. My entire family loved it, so I'm gonna be making this more often. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave me a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys on the next one.